Hi, welcome to oneWAYfootball's one-on-one fan talk. Joined here today with a Liverpool supporter. He's a good friend of mine as well. He used to live in the Canary Islands years and years and years ago. And I thought, why not get him on the channel? Because he's a massive Liverpool supporter through and through. His whole life, he's from Liverpool. He can't get any more natural than that for a Liverpool supporter. How you doing, mate? You okay?
What's happening, James, lad? All right?
You all right, yeah? Yeah, good.
Yeah, I'm
good.
Buzzing, mate. I'm buzzing.
Obviously, I wanted to get you on the show probably for a long time now, because I've been buzzing you for a couple of months now, and you've just gone, you know what, James, I'll come on the show just for you.
Yeah, well, I'm into it. I'm into what you're doing, and it's quite good. You should be proud of yourself, lad.
Good.
Yeah, that's good.
Obviously, coming up now, I want to talk about your past 5 games that's just gone. Also going to talk about Liverpool's form as well. Obviously, it's the international break now. I think England now are actually like 5-0 up or something like that. Something stupid. It's San Marino. I don't ever get. I'm not a big international fan. Do you know what I mean? When we start getting into football, it just seems like every 2 or 3 weeks we get back into.
I think it spoils it, James. I think it spoils it. I think it spoils. I think it can spoil it. It can spoil a team's what they call momentum. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Totally take a team out of its stride. And there's silly international. There's not that many internationals needed, lads, to qualify. Just play your qualifiers, don't you? No, but that's another story, isn't it, man?
That's the only problem at the moment, though, because like you said, the momentum builds up. You start to get into games, and then 3 weeks later, it's another international break.
You'll have felt it yourself because you've been quite good in the last 5, 6 games. You're looking good, right? You know what I mean. And the momentum from that win, was your last 1-0 win with Smith Rowe? Was it? Who was it?
Smith Rowe, yeah.
Smith Rowe. Nobody were you playing?
Our last game was against.
It was
Watford. Watford, yeah. It was Watford, yeah.
Was it? That was in my head bouncing around. It's here, isn't there? Somewhere gets lost in all of this.
Yeah, it was against Watford.
Yeah, I've seen that, and he's just hitting a bit of momentum as well, aren't you? You know what I mean? I thought, well, what's your last your sequence of your last 5 games? Do you know it?
We had Crystal Palace. I think.
Is it wins like? Is it wins and draws?
Draws, yeah. Out of 8 games, we've had 2 draws, and then 5 wins. Sorry, 6 wins. 6 wins and 2 draws.
Well, you can't grumble with that, James, can you? That's title winning form. if you look at it, innit?
But at the same time, our next test is against you guys. Do you know what I mean? I think going into that game as well, Liverpool never do good after an international break, and it just goes to show as well that you've got Mane out. You got Mane out, Hendo out, and obviously for Firmino out as well because of the.
Bobby will be a big miss, to be fair. I mean, and Henderson, you're just going to miss Henderson anyway, but you're going to miss all 3 of them, aren't you? They're all, without blowing their own trumpet from a Liverpool fan, they're all pretty well class, aren't they? The 3 of them. So you're looking at on any given day, you're looking at a say weekend, but you can't. But there's players who can come in now, you know. But I just fancy Arsenal. I fancy to do this over, lad. And I'm not really like that. If I've got a feeling about things, you're on a bit of form. But whatever that happens, it'll be a good game.
Yeah.
But Liverpool keeps surprising me, mate. To be fair, by how good they've been. I mean, apart from obviously the West Ham game, right? That was just, mate. It was what gets me, right? You listen to the commentators and you probably get a lot yourself. Because Liverpool have been successful for the last 2 or 3 years, and massively successful and consistent, apart from obviously the last season with the injuries and that. When the teams are attacking Liverpool, and it's all shock horror if a team scores against Liverpool, listen, mate, it's a game of football. Eventually they're going to lose a game. Do you know what I mean? It's but the commentators like, they're under pressure. Just let it ride, because if they put together another 20-odd game run, mate, we'll probably win the league. Do you know what I mean? If we've done that, if we put together another 25, 30 game run, we'll win the league. I'm saying that if we've done that. Do you know what I mean? We've just done 25, haven't we?
Yeah.
I'm pretty certain we'd definitely be in the mix if we'd done that. But
that West Ham game, it's a bit dodgy. That West Ham game.
Play well. Yeah. And I mean, what's your feelings on that? With you being London, you're Southern, aren't you? So
well, it was a red card all day long.
Yeah. It was one of them all day long. But do you have rivalry with West Ham and Arsenal? Because yours is Spurs, isn't it? Really? Do you still
Yeah,
have
no,
rivalry with the London club?
it doesn't bother me about West Ham, really, to be fair.
No,
I've got a bit
no,
of a soft. I have got a bit of a soft spot for West Ham, to be fair, because they've never been up there with us anyway. But I think they are due like they are due.
They're probably all people, your sort of person, Cockney. So they are well known for being West End, aren't they?
Yeah,
you know
but
what I mean?
it is a bit of a different kettle of fish. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't. If I'd have said that, oh yeah, that we're all Cockneys, like we all get along and that. That's like me, like I might as well bring Spurs supporters around for Christmas dinner. You know what I mean? Like,
it's a massive difference. It's a massive place in it. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, but see, I don't know if not being from that part of the country, I don't really know what the rivalry is. I know Spurs and Arsenal, just slightly put Man United up to 11, and it's not like it's one of those games that you just don't want to lose, mate, because you'll be
see the co-host, right, of the Big Prem podcast, or the other video channel we have on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
He's a Liverpool supporter, and I asked him this. I said, "Who's more of a bigger rivalry? Like, who does he hate more? Like, I went Man United or Everton?" And he said the thing with that is, right, Everton are like your little small brother that you just hate. You know, like, you don't. You know what I mean? It's a love-hate relationship with Everton. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not as bad as Man United. But that goes back years anyway. Like, that goes even when the work thing.
I mean, but you wouldn't have been born yet when Liverpool and Everton were fighting it out for the major honours and that. You know what I mean? And in the 80s, you're 89, aren't you?
Yeah.
So I'm 79. Yeah, bang on. So when's your birthday, James?
October.
What date is it?
The 12th.
What date is it?
October the 12th.
16th, yeah. The 16th, right? Libra. You're Libra, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Libra, yeah.
Yeah, that's why my team's like that, up and down all the time.
Yeah, Scales, aren't we? Scales. We once had a player called John Scales, mate. That says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think he played for Wimbledon as well. Centre back is all right, actually, if I remember right. What do you want to ask me, lad? Do you want to considerably, like, are you happy with Arsenal's season so far?
I've said, if you'd have said to me in August, right, or September, I'll tell you what, the first 3 games after the City game, yeah. If you'd have told me we'd have been 6 points off of the top in November, I would have laughed at you. I would have laughed at you. After them 3 games that we started off with.
Yeah, because you had a nightmare start, though, didn't you? You had your first game. Was it? No, it wasn't City first.
Brentford.
It wasn't your first game. No, you had Brentford. Now they turned it on that. It was a Friday night game, wasn't it? The first game, wasn't it?
And then we had Chelsea.
Was it 4-2?
No, Chelsea was 2-0, and then the City game we got beat 5-0.
What, Brentford?
Brentford was 3-0 or 3-1. I can't remember now. 3-3. I know they scored 3 anyway.
I had 4-2 in my head, but I don't know where I got that from. Anyway, but that was understandable. And you had Chelsea and City, so mate, pretty blown out the water. You got your hard game. You can look at it this way, though, can't you? You got the hard games out the way first, and you probably hit your bad form when you got the hard games. But it's early on in the season, so it shouldn't really matter, should it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't fancy Arsenal. I don't fancy it's the challenge, but I think you should get tough. I think you get tough for. But you might have a different. I don't know the setup. You could challenge. It doesn't take a lot from a big step up to challenge. Liverpool were diabolical in Klopp's second season.
Yeah.
But we're not diabolical, but it still wasn't happening for this. And that Champions League qualification, but then it made it went up in the season. And that could happen to Arsenal or any given club this year. Do you know what I mean? Because I think Arteta will get it right. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But listen, I don't want to go too much into Arsenal. We're here to talk about Liverpool, right? Okay, So literally in this season, 6 wins, 4 draws, 1 loss. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would have said at the beginning of the season, Liverpool would have been title contenders anyway. And we're not writing you out because it's still early days. I mean, it is still early days. But Liverpool have this consistency of getting injuries every season now. Well, for the last two seasons, you've picked up a lot of injuries.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's weird. I
But
don't
that
know
just
what it
goes
is,
to
but
show, because I was saying to Adam, I was saying that you need to start buying, I think, in transfers. Do you know what I mean? Because you've got a good team there, but you put the same team out consistently all the time. People get tired, their limbs get weak. Do you know what I mean?
Mate, especially when you're pressing like that for 90 minutes or whatever, not 90 minutes, but you probably press for that intensely for like 60 minutes of the game on the clock, won't he? But if you remember when he first come there in 2015, he were getting injured all the time for his hamstrings, through his new training procedures. So whether it's that over the long run and it's taking his toll now, starting to get injuries as little niggles and stuff like that, I just don't think though that the luck's been with this injury wise at all. And I think we've done pretty well last season to get in the Champions League, mate. With that run of the 10 games towards the end and that, Alisson's header and stuff, the West Brom. But you know, but I think you're right. They need to start signing players, James. But I think they might have a few. I think they'll go out and get a striker in January. I think they're going to have to, because they're going to miss Mane and sell it to African nations for maybe 6 games. So that's I don't know, what is it, a month in it, they're out. And that's when there's going to be the struggle. So I think they've got something in the pipeline from the summer that they're going to build that out. I'll be very surprised if they don't sign a striker in January.
I seen
and a good one. You know what I mean?
Because obviously, you've got 3 players that are going to be out possibly for the weekend. Firmino, Henderson, and Mane, like we said. I don't know how long Firmino's out for, because he got injured in the Atletico game. And are they saying now that he might be injured till probably January, or?
Yeah, it's a long one. It's a long one. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's a long one. I think it's much about it. It's hamstring. I don't know what it is. I haven't looked too much into it, being in work. But I know he's out for at least a month. Probably talking 6 weeks, aren't you?
Yeah.
Do you know, maybe longer, maybe 8 weeks. It depends, doesn't it? Because Klopp said, I've seen a bit what Klopp said. He said, Bobby like he heals fast. He's a fast healer, recovering and stuff like that. So
yeah.
But he was playing really well, to be fair, as well. You know what I mean? He was starting to do his flicks and all that, and that man's got a skill set for boxing as well. His flicks and all that are just unreal. But they'll miss him. But is Arsenal Liverpool's next game?
Sorry?
2 games, isn't it? We got you next game, because I thought.
You've got us over the weekend, yeah. So this Saturday coming at R5.
I thought know what I was doing.
It's at Anfield as well, so I mean, it's always a bit of a fortress there, to be fair.
Do you know what? Right. I thought, you know what? It's going to be one of those games, isn't it? You know what I mean? I mean, he used to come in because for the injuries, it's going to be difficult because they've already got Naby Keita. I mean, look at the injury list there, right? They've got, just in the midfield alone, now they've got RVL, Keita, and Henderson. I don't know whether Keita's due a bit nearer to the thing, but he was playing well when he went out, when he got injured. And that's when we struggled, when we were 2-0 up against Brighton and scored 2.
So I hear a lot of fans saying, "Oh God, Origi." Do you know what I mean? Like, what happened to Origi?
No, mate, listen, I love the guy, but he's not someone. He's surprised me. He's not someone who could do that job. What? Full time at Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? And he's not. I don't think he's got enough quality in him. But the man scored some big goals, so you can't really. But he's just not. He's not at the level where you've got a Salah or a Mane or a Firmino. He's not at that level. He's just. I mean, if you went to someone like Brady, Brighton, to West Ham, and I'd probably do well. Do you know what I mean? Even the Everton's, but I don't think go there.
Yeah. You know I mean? Well, that's still to come, mate. It's still to come. But I don't know. Just looking at your next 5 games, after the international break. So you've got Arsenal at home, then you've got Southampton at home, then you've got the derby, Everton, Liverpool.
And then they've got who, sorry?
Everton, Liverpool.
Yeah. And after Goodison, is that Goodison?
Yeah.
That's a Goodison.
Goodison, yeah.
Different kettle,
yeah. And then you've got Wolves away as well.
Imagine he starts singing in the derby, like Liverpool are feeling up against Everton with like 20 minutes to go, and the Liverpool fans start singing "Blah for Benitez." That's like, imagine that a good scenario, like be a nightmare for them, wouldn't it?
The thing is though, I would love to get you on this maybe like just before that game. We'll have to get the Everton supporter that I know on, and you can have like a little debate.
Yeah, have a bit of banter with him. Yeah, I'll have you on it. I'll come on anytime you want me on. To be fair, do you know
the thing is though, I just want to look at these 5 games, right? And then out of them 5 games, so you got Arsenal, Southampton, Everton, and then Wolves. How many points out of them? How many points out of 12 out of them 12?
9, definitely 9.
9, yeah. See, you're talking about 3 wins in that, yeah. One of them's not going to be Arsenal. No, joking.
No. I'm debating whether it's going to be Arsenal
or Everton. Yeah. Everton's always going to be a tough game for you anyway.
It's going to be one of them games, right? And I'll narrow it down. So we're going to struggle and we're going to drop points in. Not saying we're going to lose, but I think looking at it, because I think Southampton and Anfield, let's say Anfield, didn't it? Yeah, pretty much all day long. I mean, we could leave it turn up on Saturday, James. If we go at it, we could turn it over, couldn't we? And it'd be a different kettle of fish then, because if it depends. But they haven't got that, as you said, they haven't got that drive, the Anderson drive. So,
yeah,
it's labor, isn't it? The scales, even themselves, and you miss it. Is Thiago fit? He's not fully match fit. He's just come back from injury, but he's got to play more for me.
Yeah,
Thiago is brilliant.
But he might be on the cards to leave Liverpool, I think.
I don't know, there's rumours, and that there's like, what were you heard? Have you heard the rumour of who's in for them, like?
No, I've seen it before. I'll try to get it up now, but I'm sure I've seen that, Thiago could be on his way out.
You know what, I rate him as well, I don't know. I think if anyone was going to go, it'd be Keita.
Yeah.
At the 4th. Do you know what I mean? How to say? Because Thiago's staying for this. He'll stay for a good few years, I think.
Yeah.
He's not being lucky with injuries. I'm thinking if we can play in midfield against you, because when Alden's gone out, that's a big miss anyway all day long. But when Alden's going to PSG in summer, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, because it's like
I can't find it now, but
never replaced Ronaldo.
I want to get your thoughts quickly as well on the Stevie G thing to Aston Villa.
No, I do know a bit on that because I've just been watching some of it. With my middle name being Gerrard as well, but I was born before him. The
thing is though, if Klopp was to leave, do you think they might ask Stevie to come in?
No, not necessarily. Not at the minute. I've always went for Pep Linders, the assistant manager, Klopp's assistant. He's Klopp's put his name forward. Do you know in the past he's put his name forward, Pep Linders. I think we brought him in as a throwing coach about 3 years ago, and him and Klopp are very close. They're intermingled, and he does the press conferences in the Carabao Cup and that.
Yeah.
I watch all the press conferences, mate. I do watch a lot of Liverpool, mate. I mean, mate, I've got loads up, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I'll just have a little. Yeah, I'll just show you a little top home. 2-minute drive. This is a mirror, right? I'll turn this light on, I mean. Yeah, and then I'll sit back down. See, right? That's the Istanbul. Yeah, can you see that?
Yeah.
And I'll just take you around. Can you see them?
Do you know, I'll probably get a load of comments now going, oh, God, Mute all that or blur it out.
Look at that, mate. Look, I've just got loads, and that's just me room anyway, lads.
Yeah,
Did you, so I'm a Liverpool fan, to let people know, like, you know what I mean? Not just glad to come on. So, and that, you know, we're all right.
Yeah.
Up for the old McCarthy room. I'm amazing. It's like a religion. I'm mad on him. My landlord, he says, I'm just great. He said, you're watching Liverpool. Because you'll come in. I'll just be Liverpool, and you know, and he thinks I'm obsessed, mate. But I just love him. It's not like
it's just come up on my phone. England are now 8-0 up.
He's watching it next door, mate. I just can't get into it.
No.
You know, what was that Maguire thing all about, going too much into it? Well, did you see what Roy Keane said about him?
No.
Roy Keane celebrated Harry Maguire. You know, because he celebrated like that.
Yeah.
And he's right when he scored on Saturday. Like that. Roy Keane, mate, I'll give it a watch. It's on YouTube. Roy Keane, just like Roy Keane's like Harry Maguire, mate. He rips him to pieces, lad. I like Roy Keane. You know what I mean? I like Roy Keane. Even though he's an ex-foul like United, you know, what a player as well.
Quickly going back to what we were talking about, the managers, right? You see, what you're saying is, if Steve G got the chance, would you support him? I know, because I've always thought this, right, that if I would never want a legend to come into Arsenal and completely just destroy Arsenal, because I don't want to fall out of love with them.
It's thingy though, isn't it? It's happened that to me, James, since I've been watching Liverpool. Because I had a season ticket when Souness was manager in '94, and it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
And what a living legend! But the man, mate, 20 years on, he's never remembered for that. He's remembered for winning the 3 European Cups, mate.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And being a top box-to-box midfielder, mate. Watch the videos of him seeing players. He's absolutely amazing. But and on the other sense. Then you've got Kenny Dalglish, who was the club's best ever player, and and the first ever coach to win a fucking player manager to win a double in his first season. So the grand scale of things is, I back Gerrard fully, and he will eventually be Liverpool manager one day, and he will be successful at Aston Villa. But you just don't want the clock. You don't want the day clock. Well, as a Liverpool fan, you dread the day clock goes. Because you don't know, do you? You don't know why.
But listen, every manager has their day anyway. Look at Wenger, look at Ferguson. Do
you know what I think? I would not be surprised if he stays on for another 2 years.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because the man's it's like he's inbred into it. I mean, I see a lot of them. Obviously,
he's waiting for that. He's waiting for that international job, though, isn't he? He's waiting.
He's turned that down twice already.
Yeah.
He's been mentioned.
And he's waiting for the right time, though, isn't he?
When he went to Dortmund, he went to Mainz, right? And he started operating. He got them up to the Bundesliga and he went to Dortmund, won 2 league titles, and the Bayern Munich dominance. And he was intermingled. This is different. This is there, mate. This is meant to be. You know what I mean? This is with Klopp. Because every club we were at before Liverpool had the anthems. You can never walk alone, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The song is never walk alone.
Yeah,
he says he's in love with Liverpool. He says he just loves the colour. He says since he's got more, but he will go to Germany. He won't stay at Liverpool. But I think he might add on another 2 years or a couple of years. It depends how successful he is.
Yeah, talking about successful. How far do you think you're going to do in the Champions League this season? Because you've topped the group. You haven't lost the game in the group, have you?
I'd like to think, right? And listen, mate. I've been
there's teams in that are like they've got like Bayern Munich. They're looking brilliant. Do you know what I mean? PSG aren't even looking that great. I wouldn't even say PSG.
I'll say one thing, right? I'll say one thing, and I think it's perfectly true, is none of them teams want to face Liverpool Football Club in the Champions League, mate. Not one of those teams want Liverpool. Not one of them. One as well, Liverpool, and I think that's common knowledge in most people's mind. But Liverpool I don't fear no one. Maybe Atletico Madrid, mate, that was hard, and we put them to bed in 2 games. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
we put them to sleep.
But you just don't want to go into these games with all these injuries. Do you know what I mean? If Van Dijk gets injured, that's it.
I totally understand what you're saying on that front, and that the injuries are a big worry. But You just got to go with it, haven't you?
Yeah.
They come through that, and listen, if the injuries ruined our season, mate, I'll still be supporting Liverpool football for all my life. You know, it doesn't matter. You know, be thick and thin in it, but because they'll be back again with Klopp, but. And whoever takes over next, I think they'll be successful in the next 10, maybe 20 years, you know, but they'll be thereabouts, even when a new manager comes in, because I think what Klopp's done now, he's built that new academy base is amazing in Kirby, mate. It's unreal, right? And he's practically built that, a big say in it. And the youth club, and how the club's running now, it starts off from the word go, scratch, and when he come in,
yeah,
mate, he's done everything with the academy, and it's the Klopp factor will be there for a good 10, 20 years after he's gone, mate. Just through what he set up and the infrastructure and stuff like that. So I think, but listen, don't get me wrong, if you're a Liverpool fan, right now, enjoy it, mate. Enjoy it while it's happening, because it's not going to be around forever. You get to the top, and United will be back up again in the next 10 years, Arsenal. Arsenal got a cat there, if you can.
Don't jinx it, mate.
No.
Don't jinx it. I don't want people jinxing me right now. I think I would go into this game. You'll probably wipe the floor with us, injuries or not.
No, but do you know what I mean? It's like it depends how. Listen, Liverpool beat team could go to beat Arsenal, couldn't or anyone on any given day. But a team, Klopp managers, they can do anything, mate. Yeah. Look at Barcelona.
Yeah.
The semi-final of the Champions League. Look at that. You'll never see that again. You'll never see that again. You might get close to it, but you'll never see that again. And that was a decent side. That Istanbul, will you see that again? It's just it's about the ups and downs, and just miracles happen, don't they? I mean, you've had some proper high moments, mate. You know what I mean, over the years, and I think it comes round full circle and it comes back again. Do you know what I mean? Because Arsenal, when you were a baby, literally, you won the league. Yeah. About 5 months before you were born, last minute Anfield. Yeah. 5 months before you were born, it broke my heart, right? But it was funny that looking back on it.
Last game, yeah.
Arsenal, when you were 2 or 3 games, Arsenal, under George Graham and all that, they were top team in the early 90s, and I took away Arsenal, come back again. The noughties, 98, the noughties, whatever, Wenger was there, 98 to what was it, 2018?
Yeah.
9 years, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was that, Wenger was there, wasn't it? Yeah, and he was right at the top of the game then, so it's just a shame that you dropped a bit more after Wenger went, but you'll be back right back up there. Listen, you're a top football club, you'll be right back up there where you belong with Liverpool.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Well, I hope so, mate. Listen, mate, I'm going to leave it there anyway. Thanks for coming on the show. Also, I hope we can do maybe a review over the game as well, maybe next week. And we'll also get maybe you on the show as well with Neil, who's a big Everton supporter. So you can have a bit of banter with him. Just before you go as well, actually, I want to just ask you, what's your prediction, score prediction for Saturday's game?
I'm going to go 3-1 Liverpool. That's just saying, that's just, sorry, James. Just a guess. That's coming to me. What do you reckon?
2-2.
2-2. Could be. A close game.
I'll tell you what, whoever gets this right, we'll owe each other a beer when the next see you.
Yeah, we'll go beer.
All right, okay.
I was going to say to you, it could be close, couldn't it? But I've only said that because it's just popping me. I just went 3-1, yeah.
All right then, mate. Well, I hope it's a good game anyway.
I hope for you, mate, that it's not. But I hope for me.
Good luck to both teams anyway. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Yeah. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Smash us a like on this video, and don't forget to share and also subscribe if you're new around here. Cheers, Kev, mate. Thanks for coming on. And we will see you very, very soon. All right, mate. Take care.
Take it easy, mate. Take care, lad. Speak soon. One Way Football.